preseason game last night. And according to a new report, both Durant and James Harden will have input on Kyrie's status with the team as a part-time player. Irving is still not clear to play home games with the team, although he will be able to practice in their Brooklyn facility. That's the latest. So, Shannon, how will this play out?
I mean, would one consider KD the general manager? Because, you know, that was reported by the guy here in L.A., but he's the general manager of the Lakers. Oh. We talk about that. I'm sure we will get around to that. We'll get around to that a little later.
Reported by whom?
Hey, you know who reported by? Skip Bayless. That's who
that guy.
Skip, I believe if Kyrie is as dug in on this situation about vaccination, I think it's a matter of time before he gets traded. James Harden and KD are in a win-now mode. Skip, I don't know how, because everybody says they don't. Kevin Durant is like, I just want to hoop. I don't want to do anything but a hoop. You know, after every game, you think Kyrie's going to get vaccinated? Would you have won this game if you had Kyrie? How much more dangerous would you be if you had Kyrie? That's after every game for 41 games. Well, 42 when you go to the Warriors. Well, I think outside. Can outside players play? I think outside players can come play in that building. So, Skip, it's a huge distraction. And I don't know if KD and James Harden want to deal with this after every game. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they got a 6-game stretch in where they play home games. So 6 games, Kyrie not going to be. Kyrie is perfectly healthy.
They do. Right away, they have a 6-game homestand.
Perfectly healthy. He can play. But nah, we're going to be without Kyrie. I just don't, Skip, I just don't see a way around it. I just don't see how those guys are going to be willing to put up at some point in time. Yeah, we're friends, but we got a job to do. And if only 2 of us is doing our job, I don't really know if we can get another player, because I believe they have enough to win. And with Ben Simmons, I definitely believe they have enough to win the title. So, Skip, I believe it's going to be, if he's going to be dug in on this situation, I just don't see how he stays for there the entire season.
Okay, I qualify or disqualify myself by saying I am a big Kevin Durant fan, as you well know.
Yes.
I'm a big Kyrie fan. I really enjoy watching James Harden play basketball because I've never seen anything like him before. But I'm not a Brooklyn fan, but I'm a fan of these 3 on this team, in part because of that guy you mentioned in Los Angeles, because I think they're better than this Laker team. I want to see those 2 meet in the finals. Because it would be epic, marquee, here we go, can't miss television. And yet, there's one guy who's gumming up the works right now, and it's Kyrie, who wants to be a rebel with a cause. He wants to shatter the mold. He wants to be an unconventional thinker. He wants to be a visionary. I don't believe in vaccines. It's a government plot or whatever. I haven't heard his exact theories about behind it, or obviously. Look, in the end, I'm offended by this. And I'm offended by Kyrie because he makes, $33 million a year to play within a team concept, and he is committing the ultimate selfish act. And it's beyond conspiracy theories. If you want to go home and be a conspiracy theorist, I'm great with that.
Yes,
if you want
have
to go,
at it.
Yeah, go do whatever you want to do. If you want to campaign against conspiracy theories because you're now a celebrity and you have a big media platform, go do it. I'm good with that. But don't tear this team apart by letting them just teeter, wondering about, are you or you're not? And it feels like, I have not heard this straight from Kevin Durant or James Harden, but it feels like they're starting to say, we've had enough of this. Because the season is upon us.
You and I, bro.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, it's simple, Skip. I mean, all this beat around and dancing, bro. What's up? What you gonna do?
And Kevin and Kyrie are obviously close. I've said before, Kyrie seems like the leader of the duo. Because Kevin said, you want to go to the Nets? Okay, I'll go to the Nets. What about the Nets? No, let's go to the Nets. Okay, I'll go. Whatever you tell me. Remember, we saw him up in the tunnel at the All-Star game. 2 max contracts.
You know why, Kevin Durant? Because Kevin Durant, Kyrie can do the speaking. I'll do the hooping. I go to Golden State. It'll be Steph talking. It'll be Draymond talking.
That's a good point.
I'll just hoop.
I would agree.
Kevin Durant just want to hoop. All that talking about what happened and transpired, let another player do that. That way he can stay in the background. I've never seen anybody as skilled, as great as he is, so willing to stay in the background and not have a whole lot to really talk about.
That is a good point.
Because all he wants to do is, Skip, When he talks hoop, my happiness is tied to hooping.
It is. James Harden is a hooper.
Yes.
James Harden, for all of his other flaws, he plays and he plays hard.
Yes.
You can argue he plays harder on one end than the other.
Yes.
But he's a disruptor on defense, and I just appreciate him because he comes to play every night.
Yes.
You can question his playoff fortitude and guts and all that, but still, he just wants to play basketball, as does Kevin. And it feels like this team is teetering on, we've had enough of this.
Right.
Because to your point, they don't want to have to suffer through this night after night. We got 82 games, and he's going to be part-time at best. And by the way, if they did trade him to Philly, Philly inherits the problem a little bit, but he could at least play the home games. And he wouldn't be able to play unvaccinated at.
No, but I think I thought if you players, unvaccinated players for opposing teams can come play.
I'm not sure about that.
I think that's the way it is, Skip, if I'm not mistaken.
Not sure, but whatever. But the point is, it wouldn't be this problem that Brooklyn's facing.
Exactly.
And now
missing 1 and 2 games because of vaccination is one thing, Skip. Missing 41 games is a whole different
thing. I thought last night was a bad sign or a significant sign in that, remember, they played last night on ESPN at Philly.
Great.
And it's a short track. It's pretty easy.
They probably caught the train up.
Yeah, they probably did. And you would think, I thought, I turned it on thinking, Kyrie's going to. No, he didn't even make the trip.
Nope.
Well, it sounded like from Steve Nash's pregame comments that Steve Nash told him, we don't need you to make the trip.
Right.
Because if you're not all in, then you're out.
Well, Steve Nash been over him. From the very first time talking about we don't need a coach.
I know that.
Steve Nash was over Kyrie. If it was up to Steve Nash would have been moved on. But it's not up to him, it's up to KD. And it seems like it's going to be up to KD and James Harden right now. And they're like, because I heard James Harden, if I'm not mistaken, say we can do something special. We can win a championship if we do things the right way.
I love Kyrie as a basketball player. Maybe the greatest handle I've ever seen. But I think we saw last year that we established in value. It goes Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think because of that, because we got to see it in bits and pieces firsthand, that his leverage has fallen some.
Yeah.
Where the team is saying, well, we can live without you.
Right.
Because Kyrie would have thought at some point you can't live without
Skip, I'm not so sure even with a guy, with not a superstar, and Kyrie is a superstar, but even with a guy that's a star player, with those two guys would probably be favored in the NBA championship.
Yeah, I would agree. So it feels like it's teetering on.
I would agree.
Get him out of here.
Yeah.
We need to go forward. And what tears me up about this is they are a solid, significant favorite to win it all.
Yes.
And that's with Kyrie.
Right.
And without him, obviously, it wouldn't quite be the same. Unless you told me, insert Ben Simmons into this lineup, they'd be just fine.
Right.
And their status as the favorite would not change with Ben Simmons. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So he is threatening a team that is positioned to go win a championship.
Right.
And that is unconscionable.
And Skip, at least Kevin Durant can say, well, I've won 2 and we can wait this thing out. James Harden says, I ain't won none.
None.
Man, bro, it's right here. Because who's to say somebody doesn't gear up next year and put 3 guys together?
Yep.
So the opportunity for us to do something special is right now. The only thing that can stop us is us. Yep. Well, the only thing that can really stop you is this guy playing only 41 games in the regular season and then missing half of your playoff game because he can't play at home. Look, I love my friends, but when I ain't putting job before friendship.
No.
Because that's what I'm here for.
And Kevin is not getting any younger.
No.
And James definitely is not getting any younger.
No.
And Kevin, his legacy is a big deal to him.
Yes.
He knows he could substantially improve it if he could go somewhere else and win again.
Right. Brooklyn, winning a title in Brooklyn would mean more than the 2 that he won in Golden State.
That is correct.
And James Harden,
that's a big deal to him.
And James Harden doesn't have any. James Harden can change the way people look at him and his legacy.
Yep.
By winning a championship. So this is Kyrie picked the wrong time, I think, to make this stand, and probably picked the wrong team to try to make this stand on.
Agree.
I believe they're going to probably move on without Kyrie.
So I agree. 2 weeks ago, I just thought Kevin and James would stand up for Kyrie. It's just the way he is. We just gotta hang in with him. It's going to be okay. But I think their patience has run out.
Skip, be the way you are, but being the way you are affects us now. It impacts us now.